I mean, he was just sitting there watching Dark Viper's video, pausing it to give some commentary, but he plays the entire video. There's like no editing, and so technically, legally, is it fair use? Probably not. However, I personally don't think that's the right standard to set, like, for YouTubers. Like, the legal standard is one thing, but I would say in a communal sense, we shouldn't be as stringent.
Ooh, you definitely kicked the hornet's nest with this one. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, if you've been on YouTube more than like 5 minutes, you've probably seen like GTA 5 content, right? GTA Online, whatever it is. And you've probably seen a clip from the man, the myth, the legend, DarkViperAU. DarkViperAU does nothing but GTA. Everything GTA 5. He does speedruns literally every single day. He does challenges I've never heard of. He's carrying the GTA 5 speedrunning community on his back. His back has a six-pack. Like that scene from Regular Show, the Lift With Your Back episode, I think is what it was called. And Rigby's lifting the last box up, and then like he just gets abs down his back. And he stays inside like all good Australians should be doing, because if I'm being completely honest with you, that Australian wildlife, that stuff, they can keep that. They can keep that over there. And I feel bad for them because they have to stay inside all the time because it's just so dangerous out there. You know what I mean? It's just so absurd. You could be driving and a kangaroo could just decide to jump straight through your fucking windshield. I'm not dealing with that, okay? I feel for him. I get why he stays inside and plays GTA. I get it. It's way better. It's a way better option. They have no kangaroos in GTA. Incredibly unfunny jokes aside, he's allowed to have a personality other than the dude who plays Grand Theft Auto, right? He's allowed to, have his opinions, and he's allowed to make other content, which he has. He has a very strong stance against reaction content, if you can really call it that. I don't think you can. In terms of the content that he's talking about, because there is transformative reaction content, but the ones that he talks about, it's not transformative. It is the complete opposite. It is the lowest the low. Like, they just sit there with their mouth open and do nothing, or they'll just start eating on stream, and just they're not exactly tagging people, they're not exactly like asking permission, they're just sitting there doing nothing. So that clip you saw in the beginning was Acheeto. Acheeto is another content creator, and he's not a GTA content creator, he's a commentary creator. And he made this video about DarkViperAU, and it had a kerfuffle, a little goof, a little gaffe, if you will. To perfectly sum up the video, I mean, here's this comment. I have nothing else to say other than this comment. Without the right context or without having seen the actual clip, I mean, I showed you the clip in the beginning. Acheeto just basically admits exactly what it is that the dude sat there doing nothing, saying nothing, was essentially doing nothing transformative. So this is a little different than your usual, like, oh, Nintendo's back at it again with another lawsuit, or God, this insert company or insert big content creators, like, just, doesn't want people making fun of them or reacting to them. It's not the same deal. The dude literally sat there and did nothing, and Acheeto basically just says straight up, like, hey, he did nothing, right? DarkViperAU was completely within his legal right. He was completely within his personal views right. He didn't do something out of normal, out of character. He didn't do something that was super morally reprehensible. I butchered the word morally, but you get the point. And then he basically drops the opinion in there that, like, I don't really agree with it, that the president shouldn't be set, and that essentially we're tearing each other down rather than building each other up. And I understand that idea of community, and I would say that idea of community is a pretty good sentiment to have, but when it applies to people who literally do nothing and just sit there with their mouth open and quote react on stream while eating their dinner in front of like thousands of people or something, even if it's hundreds, I think that's still lazy. I think it's still pointless. What's the point of even doing what you're doing? You're not accomplishing anything. You're not doing anything unique. You're not making yourself stand out. It's doing nothing in the most literal way possible. Am I saying that going for a bathroom break real quick or like saying nothing for like 30 seconds is like awful? No. But every day we see all kinds of streamers literally do fuck all and accomplish quite literally nothing, and they sit on their thrones of billions. And I'm not saying that this guy is sitting on the thrones of millions and stealing money from Dark Viper, because that's not even close to what's happening. And I'll get into that in just a moment. Don't shut down my argument just yet. But it's like, what is the purpose of doing this? You've already made it, right? And now they just want to sit there and be lazy rather than putting in any actual extra effort that a lot of other content creators do put in. So getting into the monetary aspect, Acheeto brings up the monetary aspect, and I feel like it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to bring it up. His idea was that it would be one thing if he was losing money to the idea. In my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're losing money or not, because the content creator, quotes, content creator in question, doesn't exactly have a huge subscriber base, and he's not getting a whole lot of views from the video, from the stream. He's not a multi-million channel, he's not up there in the big boy numbers, like this, the swole boy numbers, the big dogs on the porch. You know what I'm saying? It's not exactly something super crazy. He's not bigger than Dark Viper. It's not like Dark Viper's at like 2 mil, and then this guy's at like 7 mil. They're very, I would say, weighted more towards Dark Viper being on top there. But it's not about the monetary value. It's about having the content stolen, and it's literally nothing's being done with it. And Dark Viper was rubbed the wrong way, and he goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? What, you think you could just take my shit and then sit there and do nothing with it? Fine, I'll take it down." Which I feel, at the very least, morally is not really a big deal, because the dude's doing nothing with it, and monetarily, that's not also, I mean, monetary isn't really a huge deal, but when it is involved, then it becomes a real issue. I don't think it's something we should primarily think about first. I think that should be second. I mean, it's more or less, if someone is doing that and then it could cause said monetary issue, that's why it's a bad thing, rather than, oh well, I mean, it's not affecting them monetarily, so we should just let it go. And that sets the precedent that as long as you're not a bigger, if you don't have a bigger fan base than whoever you're taking content from, it's all good. You can do whatever you want, and I don't think that should be a precedent that should be set at all. I think a lot of other people tend to agree with that. Well, Acheeto, it kind of backs up some of his other ideas upon the basis that he's a large content creator, and if Acheeto was in his shoes, it wouldn't really matter to him. This is where they, differ in opinion. This is just basic different opinion 101 type of shit. It's not anything super revolutionary to say that you have a difference in opinion. 3 major things I want you to take away from what Acheeto himself said at that beginning clip. There is no editing. He occasionally pauses to make his commentary, keyword occasionally, and it's the whole video. That's straight up it, right? I feel like it makes sense for Dark Viper not to vibe with the whole situation. Acheeto goes on to elaborate, despite these facts in mind, that he had said that he felt that it was doing too much. Like I said earlier, he felt that it was setting a bad precedent, and I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Everything he kind of says debunks himself and directly negates himself, and it's hard to agree with Acheeto on this one, because it makes the other guy look bad while trying to make the situation with Dark Viper look bad. Maybe it's not intentional, but it's not giving a whole lot of reason for me to care about the dude who just uploaded the straight clip, right? I don't know. I guess everyone's entitled to their opinion or whatever. I don't really see a point to this. I feel like he could have summed up this whole situation like a tweet and be like, "Hey, I feel like Viper's doing a little too much. That's all." And he probably would have had a semi-similar reaction, but it wouldn't have been this, I'd say it wouldn't have been this big of a reaction, just because he made a whole 12-minute video instead of just making a tweet real quick, and was like, huh, that's weird. But I guess, I mean, it's Acheeto's content. That's what he does, is a commentary, and content's content, brother. I get it. The grind is the grind. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap that up here, and let me know how you feel about this in the comments down below. I'm trying to get that engagement going to get the channel to grow a little bit more, and subscribe, stick around. I got plenty more videos I'm working on. Like it, dislike it, and I got a Discord server link below where I give updates on my videos. I got a lot of personal stuff going on and a lot of other things happening, so I try to use that as my hub for just interacting with whoever's there and play games, whatever, update on videos. Like I said, I know I'm running in circles, but I'm going to wrap it up here. And this has been me talking about the Dark Viper AU and Acheeto quote drama. I don't know if you could call this drama. This just seems kind of dumb. Anyway, see ya.